Hey, hey, everybody. This is Ron Fitch, and this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. How is it going? Hope all is going well. Uh, what I'm going to break down coming up is the Miami Dolphins, Dallas Cowboys, with two different directions, and the pompous and arrogance of different teams. And I'm going to break it down. The three teams that came in either arrogant or overconfident, and they got their comeuppance. And one didn't, two didn't, but they could in the future. So I want to break all of that down now because I wanted to wait for the Eagle game to end and the Bengals to win so I can kind of break down the NFL correctly. So when I come back, I'm going to go through all of those games and some of the coaches I issue. All right, Dolphins. I'm gonna start with the Miami Dolphins. They went off on the Broncos. So everybody knows the score and the analysis and all that. Listen, the Broncos quit too. But I tell you what I do like about the Dolphins. Their offense is humming, but they're talking about Tua, and Tua was great, and McDaniels was dialing it up. You know, you throw for 309 yards and 4 touchdowns, you're balling. This is what makes the Dolphins a contender. They're running the ball, so there's balance. A-Chain, 200 yards. Mostart, 82 yards. A-Chain and Mostart are smaller guys that run in between the tackles hard. They can catch the ball in the backfield. That's what I love about what they do. And Kraft, hopefully I got his name right because we're going to know more about him as a receiver. He's good. Waddle will be back. Hill is a terror. Hill is a terror. When you have to deal with Tyreek Hill, you got to play your safeties way back because there's nobody that can stay in front of you. You go man to man, it's a touchdown. He's gonna bang his head on the goalpost. If he catches that ball on that deep crosser route, and he's got a head start, he's gonna bang his head on the goalpost. He's gonna score. So you're dealing with that. And when Waddle comes back, you can man Waddle and pay all attention to Tyreek Hill. Waddle's going right past you for a touchdown. So a lot of times the safeties are back or you play this Belichick bend and not break. The problem is the Dolphins are fine with that. Okay, we'll run Mostart, we'll run A-Chain down the field, we'll go short passes, we'll run that deliberate game, and we'll still score because they have 8 or 9 different plays by the goal line. That little no-look flip pass by Tua was fantastic. Tua is balling. I like what Tua did in the offseason, kind of got a little bigger, got the right helmet. So they won't limit it to concussions because he's their hope. And he's always accurate. He doesn't throw it with the super strength, but he's accurate and he's a leader and they love him. I love their defense. I love how they get after you on defense. They play fast. They play fast on offense. I love what Miami did. But listen, they're not putting 70 points on the Buffalo Bills. And I've been on Buffalo because I say I don't trust Josh Allen, but now Buffalo is playing defense at a high level. They threw the game away against the Jets because Allen imploded, but Allen relaxed. They destroyed the Raiders. They destroyed Washington. And their defense is just their defense is fantastic. And this is what you want to see out of Allen. 20 of 32, 218. He had an interception, but that's okay. Cook had 98 yards. They gotta pound the ball to Cook to give Diggs and Gabe Davis opportunities to eat in good coverages that you want to make sure that maybe the safeties kind of creep up when Cook is running the ball. I don't want Allen running. I mean, that's part of the offense. I don't like it. But I tell you, the best thing that Stephon Diggs has going for him is Gabe Davis because Gabe Davis is such a clutch second receiver. He's perfect for what the Bills do. But their defense and then Vaughn Miller's coming back. Their defense is, whoo, man. Oliver, I love Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver's underrated. Um, Rousseau is one of the best. I'm gonna tell you something. Greg Rousseau is one of the best defensive ends in the league that nobody talks about. And that's what I love about the Buffalo. Miami's going to Buffalo. It's going to be 70, I believe, in Buffalo. So it's going to be on even terms. Miami's played Buffalo tough. This is a game, this is a crossroads game. So I'm looking forward to that. It allows me to see head to head. Like when the Eagles are going to play the Cowboys, the Eagles are going to play the Niners, Niners are going to play the Cowboys. They're all going to play each other. So it gives me opportunity to physically see the matchups when the playoffs come, which is a little different because the playoffs can be different from the regular season, but allows you to see the game within a game. And Miami Buffalo is a huge game that I'm really looking forward to see. As far as that's the East, not only the East, that's really could be the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Dolphins have separated themselves because Chargers are 1 and 2, and I don't know anything about the North. I do believe that if Watson could find himself, the Browns will probably win the division. But if Burrow and that team, they got a lot of talent. You see how they won yesterday defensively. They get after you. Their secondary makes plays. If Mixon is run the ball, they're still not connected offensively, but that's a big if. If the Browns and the Bengals play their potential, that's the two teams. Because I'm not crazy. I overreacted to the Ravens. They're still the same kind of hit or miss offensive team without Dobbs. That's bad. Uh, Jackson still makes good plays, but he can't make certain other plays. I don't think he's the best sideline receiver in the world because a lot of his good throws are down the middle, and the great quarterbacks can make all the throws. And that's something he's still young, so I'm still looking forward to seeing if he can make those certain throws. But the teams know that. They see him on film, and because he's making that money, that doesn't change how they're going to attack him. What he has to do, he has to keep evolving, keep working, because I know he can run, but the most important thing right now is to be able to get the running game going with what they have. Because I don't think the Browns or the Ravens have enough money to get Joshua Taylor because their quarterbacks got paid a lot. So they're going to have to work with what they got. And defensively, you could move on the Raiders. I've noticed ever since Ray Lewis left, there's a little bit of an edge that kind of left the Ravens. They're still kind of physical. They're still the Ravens team, but they lose a lot of these kind of games to lesser teams at home. They give up drives at end of games a lot. They're not the same. I don't know what to make of the AFC North. That's going to decide itself late in the season, and it's going to come down to which quarterback plays well when they have to. But in the AFC, it's Miami, Buffalo, and Kansas City. I'm happy for Indianapolis that there, but Jacksonville's a huge disappointment, and they didn't play hard. They did not play hard at all, and I'll give you an example of them not playing hard. Is the kickoff return by let me see, it was a long kickoff return by their up back that was bad. Now, CJ Stroud balled out. He had a 68-yard touchdown to Tank Bell. But that was ugly. I mean, that was really, 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 really ugly. You know, it was just bad. And Lawrence was bad. And I'm surprised. And their defense, is supposed to be much improved, they were bad. The Texans are a little better than what everybody thought because CJ Stroud, they thought the rookie struggled. He has not struggled at all. But Lawrence much is given, much is required. And yeah, he was 27 of 40, but he had bad interception, 85.3 QBR rating. ATM had 88 yards, but it wasn't enough. You're home. I know Houston's had your number, but so what? You're the Jaguars. You're supposed to win this division. It's early, but we'll see. But Kansas City, Miami, Buffalo. I'm riding those teams because, and the thing about the Chiefs, they're playing really good defense. Spagnuolo, with all these young draft picks they had, and plus Jones is one of the best uh, pass rushers in the league. He's strong and he's quick. So he can overrun you and he can get around you. And he plays good on the run. And the rest of this defense has responded to Spagnuolo. Spagnuolo has put his imprint on this defense. Now to shut you down. To go along with Mahomes and Kelsey and the rest of those weapons they have. They don't go deep down the field, but they'll kill you by going short. And Andy Reid's one of the best play callers other than McDaniel on the planet. And they're the champs, and they want to get back. And they're good enough to win another Super Bowl. I wasn't sure till they beat the Bears, and they're going to beat up on the Jets. Their tougher competition is going to come, but I love what I see out of their defense, and that's going to carry them. Even if Mahomes struggles, or if they ever have to go on the road to Buffalo or to Miami, defensively, you're going to need that. I'm going to tell you something. Home field advantage is going to be huge because Kansas City, they have a confidence that can get to the Super Bowl. They blew a lead to Cincinnati a couple years ago. Other than that, and then that bad call against the Patriots, they are hard to beat in Kansas City. They always get to the championship game. They're always home, but it's going to be hard because the Bills of Miami, they're coming. And you do not, and I heard Travis Kelce say, I'd rather play in the snow than in the heat. You do not want to play in 80-degree heat in January in Miami, in South Beach, where Miami and that speed and Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Mostert and A-Chain running downhill and two on a roll, and they're comfortable, and that defense getting after you, and your offensive linemen are a little tired, and those pass rushers that Miami bring to the table, Wilkins and those dudes, that's going to be tough. Or you got to go to Buffalo with this minus 5-degree weather that they're used to. So I'm going to enjoy watching AFC. And then there's always going to be that team that you don't see coming. I mean, I'm looking to see if the Browns and the Bengals kind of bounce back to see if Pittsburgh could make a wild card. See if Baltimore could run the ball a little better. See if the Chargers I believe the Chargers are going to make a run. I don't trust their coach. But I do think they're going to make a run to get in the playoffs because they're just too much talent. But there you have it with the AFC. Okay. Cowboys got annihilated. And see it coming, but if you talk to trap during the big story, Dallas, they didn't show up, and there was the leadership, and the leadership on down. Jerry Jones said, hey, Mike McCarthy, take a bow. Everyone take a bow. It was like a square dance. Bow to your punt, bow to the crowd, bow to the media, and bow to the Cardinals. So here we go. And Cardinals waxed them. The Cardinals almost beat Washington, and then they blew that lead against the Giants up at Hope. I shouldn't anticipated extra fired up. They did not want to lose another game. They're close to losing. Even though they're not as good as the Cowboys, the pace of losing got to them. And the Dallas is kind of just split. So it's an easy way. They had an easy game because they ran right through the Cowboys. They ran over them, they ran around them, they passed, they did whatever they wanted. Dobbs just had 120 QB back to back, kind of running the ball. Dobbs was able to run the ball. Wilson was able to get catches. And this is disturbing, though, to Dallas, because they've been kicking field goals in the last 2 weeks. The defense is able to maul the other team, maul the Jets out. Gibbs is gone after it's going to matter, but the way their pass rush is, lost the Gibbs you did, because you can't take the chances you did, because Gibbs will man you up, and now they can just slap you. Now defense is able, offense is able to steal a little bit better.
But then you got like it was just too much. It was just the thing that it was just the steel curtain, it was just the 85 Bears. And this is it's hard to block out the noise because you have to if you want to win a championship. You can't worry about September games being taking a bounce in a September game. You look at Jeff, Wilson Fish, so you didn't accomplish anything last year. But I did like Pollard getting 122 yards targets this season. The problem is that's Prescott, red zone interception. Look, there's three guys, there's three Cardinals now. You threw the ball anyway. And then a fourth down, one of the fourth down conversions, nobody's open. I don't like play call. They better clean that up. I mean, New England, I would say, oh, New England's going to get Dallas something. No, the Dallas will be picked off. Everybody's talking about that. And they'll check a it. They'll probably double speed land and set it, play the run. Now, I will say this: Dallas is going to have to come up with a second receiver. Because yeah, Schultz, I don't know where Dallas is. He had Schultz and Dallas playing pretty good, and CeeDee Lamb was more of a foul. Without Schultz, that was a big loss. His safety blanket, that safety blanket on third down, and the players that they're going to have to show up. I just think that defensively they're going to obliterate the New England Patriots and no matter what. They're going to injury, they're going to be simple. What this does, okay, you had trouble against the run. You had trouble against the run when it matters. Are you going to be able to stop Philadelphia running attack? Philadelphia, they went to the Super Bowl, so they're thinking that. We ain't scared of the Cowboys. Plus, they keep punching it. That, he doesn't dominate. He has to dominate the Eagles. He has to be the biggest threat on the Eagles. I mean, against the Eagles. So as of now, the Eagles and the Niners are up there. I still want to put the Cowboys up there. I'm gonna wait and see. I still think those are the three teams that you have to deal with. I'm liking what I see out of Green Bay and Atlanta. I love, love. He's really playing good. And the plate shot off the jet off the map. So I like that because that's not seeing one in the division. And then you got smorgasbord of teams. Like to be fighting for the wild card. The Niners and Eagles are clearly the two teams. And then I do want to put Dallas up there. So I want to see Philadelphia, Dallas. It's a show. Thanks of it. And Philadelphia is a lot more impressive. I love them. Jalen Hurts made a throw. He's kind of under duress. He threw his man open. He threw to a spot. This is brilliant. The touchdown that kind of put the game away against Tampa yesterday. He threw to a spot because the zone is played a certain way where they were kind of shifting to the left. But as he was about to throw the ball, the wide receiver was running to the right. And he threw to the far corner of the end zone, and he anticipated that receiver to run under the pass. It was great, and he threw a touchdown. He's definitely one thing he can't do. When he's on the run, he can't throw the ball. He always throws the ball in the back. He's not like gifted enough to make that Mahomes throw. So you probably want to give him more things to his right, to his left. He never completes those passes. On the right, on the run, he's pretty good. He's good. In the pocket, he's very good at going deep. He's very good at making plays now. He's a lot better in the pocket, but he cannot scramble to his left. I'm scouting the heck out of him. I'm making him go to his left because he always can't turn around and make that throw to who's ever open. So he always kind of just throws the ball out of bounds. That's something that you got to watch. They're running the ball a lot better. I hope they get Jonathan Taylor too. That would be only a 3 and a 5. Yeah, awesome. But I want the Taylor stays in Indianapolis. Minneapolis keeps winning. That, I mean, I just, it's so acrimonious that relationship, but you never know. But that's, as far as I'm concerned, it's all about Philadelphia, Dallas, and United, and just the sprinkle of, I'm going to do a sprinkle of Detroit. see how they develop as a sports team. Maybe somebody comes out of nowhere and like this Detroit Green Bay game Thursday is going to be good. That's going to really give me an indication he's the top dog in the thing. College football, I got issues with three programs. Two of the coaches of the programs. I'm going to give you my list. Bad, really bad, really, I feel stand. Okay. Colorado is on my list with you. This is either overconfidence, too much pride, and too much arrogance in these three different programs. So I'm just rooting for Colorado. I'm going to be on the good. You can't, before the game, you can't stop on the Oregon logo. When you were mad at drafted there, you can't come around and do the same thing. I hope you have anything. They didn't come ready to play. They weren't good enough, but they were annihilated by Oregon. And there was Keyshawn that was talking on the show and other than Dallas and all those other guys. He's like, yeah, listen, it could be a problem if Oregon gets out and they set front run, they get the lead. It could be hard to go to Oregon and lay that back. No, I'm just telling you, and I thought about what he said, because once it's 7-up, they're 14-up, it's over because you're not going to go there. And they can come back on 2 feet. Oregon is a fast-paced, get ahead of you, get you out of there type of a team. It's always been ever, all over 6 players. It's kind of their style. Yeah, bonus play game is what? Okay. You do it in Sanders. You know, at 276, 479 rating. Sanders didn't play the Sanders game. But they don't run the ball. And they got to keep that running game going. But they don't have the guys up front on either side. And that's a problem. They kind of masked that in the 3 wins, and they were able to survive that. But that's a little, there's just a couple of things that have to kind of tighten up their program. It's good to have the celebrities there, but make sure that I have to keep them zone focused on the pass. You know, I understand he wants to get the recruits, he's trying to get those recruits. That's number one. Number two, they have to get the guys up front. And they have to make sure that the guys who brought in a transfer portal you're not really allowed to go and transfer twice. So now he's going to have to coach up what he has because he has to recruit. He can't just redo it and get more transfers. So they're going to have a great recruiting. I'm talking about top 30 recruiting. They're in the 70s right now for recruiting. I didn't know that. They're at number 12. It's a 14 team league in the Big 12. They're 12 right now as of now. So Deanna's staff, they have to go night and day diligently. Hopefully, whatever they do as far as marketing, they do what they have to. And they have to move up to 12 to maybe the top 5 if you really want to make it. Because the Big 12 is still going to be good. It won't be as good as the Pac-12 is this year. You got that thing. I do believe they're going to give USC a good year. I believe USC will beat them. It is going to be on second. Figure out that. Better. USC's not figure out that. You know, and Colorado, too. So this is probably high school. My second team, I had issues, but at least with Colorado, hopefully, yeah, I'll take care of that. Like, keep your focus. I understand you want to bring in celebrities in and all that stuff. I don't have the issues that some people do, and a lot of coaches probably do. They don't like the substance there that's not talked about. Because they have a great coaching staff. He's teaching these kids. I'm going to graduate. I'm saying seeing Deion's class, but there's more to that than what you see. But there's also people who are just falling over him and not criticizing. But if I want him to have a good program, I have to do the tough love route. Like, this, you got to recruit better. You got to rein it in. You don't stomp on other people's logo. Because you have one win last year. You want to kind of move. You want to move a little more in silence and just go out and get after it. and go get the W and get to a bowl game. And that's a great season. 7 wins, 6 wins, you get to a bowl game regardless. That's a great season. You can win the bowl game, maybe. Keep recruiting the way you do. That's your style. Forget whatever the coaches are saying. If that's the way you recruit, if that's going to help you win, that's okay. Now I'm going to get you to Oregon. They did it. They got fired up, and I knew this was probably going to happen because of that. I think they got, but the situation. That Hollywood, the Twix, you got it. So you're being a hypocrite. And you're being sanctimonious. Because you talk all this stuff about the Hollywood, you don't know anything about it. You see the flags, you see the rock here, you don't know what goes on inside there, bro. So why are you speaking about another program? How do you know you're not flashing? Nike sponsors you, number one. Number two, if you say that, own it at the press conference. He did not. He dropped his stuff, or if you don't want that attention, don't have that film. You say what you say to the kids during practice and go about your way and say, listen, we're humble. But you're a faker. When you say that, you get filmed in the pregame conference and turn around and talk stuff about how humble you guys are. No, you're not. You're sanctimonious. You did a good job coaching, but you're sanctimonious afterward, and you are front runner. And that could be dangerous because the recruiting against Dion, and you're talking about Hollywood and flashy tricks. But a lot of these young guys recruiting are getting close to more attractive to Dion because these two guys get free. And you're trying to go your route, and that's the way you go, that's fine. But when you jump into another man's business, there could be a blowback. Because you could visit a kid and say, I'm not going to this school. Well, when you talk to my guy Dion, I'm not going to Oregon. You never know. You never know how that could be a blowback. I didn't like that because he didn't own it. And he acted like a sanctimonious hypocrite at the press conference. He didn't tell Keith Smith, I'm going to tell you the truth. The worst egregious guy to whole weekend was the Ohio State thing. Because cannot. I usually never say I cannot stand that guy. Can't stand that Ohio State. He's pompous, but he's very insecure. His arrogance and his indiscretion and all that actually reeks of insecurity. It's us against the world. What was that us against the world mentality when you were driving against Georgia? And all you needed to do was drive a little further to take the game when it field goal. When you actually showed up, because your teams never show up in the really big games. You're blown out by Kansas, blown out by Michigan, blown out by Michigan again in Ohio State. You finally get a hookup. They hook you up because it's not us against the world when the media falls over backwards to get Ohio State into the Final Four every year. They fall all over Ohio State from us against the world. Man, shut up. That's what I was saying. I got an invite to go to that game. I couldn't do that. So I went to it. I could have been a prime. I'd have got media credentials. I said, no, shut up. I'm not that kind of guy. I would have said that to that crowd. But I mean, he's a good recruiter, but I don't know what he can do when it matters. He finally got a team to come to play in Georgia, and they drove down the field to get CJ Stroud doing well in the NFL. But they beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame's good, but Notre Dame never big game. Notre Dame is kind of an off-Broadway type of team where they're playing better if it's not on Thursday games. Well, how could never beat Notre Dame? They always talk after it. Like they're confident. And it's a good team. They got great receivers. Marvin Harris is amazing. And the defense is decent. But if Michigan comes to play and J.J. McCarthy going to do stupid stuff, Michigan's going to be in the game. I don't want no hookup. I don't want the sports team of Ohio State if they don't earn it. They earn it. But that was a guy. He just something about it. I cannot stand that guy. And the worst fan base, other than my cousin Gary, the worst fan base in American sports is Ohio State fans. They're arrogant, they're poppers, they're always saying stuff about programs that are doing better. They always have something to say about Georgia and Alabama where cranking that national championship. They always got something smart to say. when they're winning. When they're losing, you don't see them anywhere. They turn pale when they lose. The only person that I can find is my cousin Gary. That's the only guy that'll be around when they lose and explain him. He didn't play well, whatever. He's just a regular rubbing college loving sports fan. But the rest of those jokers, I have no use for it. I mean, I have for the fans in that program. It's a great program. Let me tell you the truth. You know, that I look at it, Robbie, look at the Wilson, the receiver. Look at the receivers they cranking out. And they had the both guys, brothers. So they're solid, but I just have no use for them because there's just always, there's shenanigans. You look at Urban Meyer, the shenanigans that went on there. And the fans, I think there's a couple, there are a couple of decent offense fans that don't want right in there because it's speaking the nonsense. They're up against the world garbage. They just want to win. They just want to play their position when that's against it. So they can play with them, with the big boys, but it's always on them when it matters. Okay, yeah, make that right call and make the right play. And like I said, I got no use for it. I don't want to hear that up against the world garbage.